Hi everyone, welcome to Tiki with Ray, and this is our first roundtable discussion, but since we're not sitting at a round table, we're more of a rectangular shape.
It's more of a rectangular hangout.
So it's a rectangular roundtable discussion, and we're going to debate and talk about the age-old question, and I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times on Facebook, and this is how the message goes. Hey gang, I'm going to be going down to Vegas. Which tiki bar should I go to? Like somehow you only have time to go to one tiki bar.
Like there's going to be somebody blocking it. They're going, no more tiki for you.
Yeah, and it comes down to two tiki bars. Frankie's Tiki Room and the Golden Tiki. And a lot of people's responses is go to both.
It's right. They're both 24-hour bars.
Yep.
They're literally like not even a 10-minute car ride between the two of them.
Not even. And my answer, and I think everyone's answer here is like go to both.
Make the time for both because it's worth it.
But so
that's it. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
All right, we can just.
All right.
It's time to drink.
But what we are going to talk about today is we definitely want to talk about the two bars and our thoughts and feelings on them, and how do they stack up against each other. And is it safe to say, guys, that it is kind of like apples and oranges right off the bat to try to compare the two different tiki bars? Because they are definitely different.
I would agree with that.
They are both completely tiki bars, but they're coming at it from different perspectives.
So what are those two perspectives then?
The Frankie's has the feel of an old school neighborhood punk dive bar.
Yep.
That's the way I think about it. It's dark. You could... There's a sense in the air of everything that's been going on, and it feels like it's a good 20, 25 years older than it physically is.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I went to Frankie's, I assumed that tiki bar has been around forever.
And the drinks are arguably craft, but they are very strong and very unique to Frankie's. Even their takes on the classic drinks are unique to Frankie's. I find them very drinkable, very enjoyable. They will sneak up on you like nobody's business.
Yeah. What I found is you got to know what to order when it comes to the drinks at Frankie's. Some drinks are definitely way better than others. There's no question about that. But once you figure out what the good drinks are, then you're in. But how are the drinks at the Golden Tiki, though?
They are modern tiki drinks. They are well made. They stick to their recipes. You get a good drink every time.
I'll tell you what, the Golden Tiki's secret weapon, though.
Yeah.
Dole Whip?
The Dole Whip.
The Dole Whip drinks,
They got the Dole Whip. Stephen, you literally just went to both like a month ago.
Yeah.
So tell us, what were your thoughts and feelings?
So this goes back to your apples and oranges.
And how many times have you been to the Golden Tiki?
At least 3 that I can remember. My last trip to Vegas, some things went wrong and didn't manage to get in there. I had entirely... Yeah, so the last time I was in there was probably about 3 years ago. Maybe back the initial Hookah Pele Tiki Weekender. I know that I was there then. I'm trying to think if I went back again since.
So what were your impressions of the Golden Tiki?
It's a much more open space, a bit more diverse. I kind of take it as sort of, there's a little bit of an adult Disney thing going on there.
Absolutely.
Where it's a little, it's definitely raunchier than your average Disney, but the caliber of lighting and display is more on a Disney bar.
Oh yeah, there's definitely things going on in that bar. So I've been to the Golden Tiki twice, and the first time that I went there was in 2016, and the build out was incredible to begin with. But the only I remember they had this like skeleton that was like in this boat in the back that would like talk to you. And then I went there last year, and like, oh my god, like the place, there's so much more going on. They had the hula dancers, they had like the parrots that talk, and
yeah, they actually work animatronics into it. And Billy Crud Tiki, who's kind of what would you even call a carver and artisan, has done a lot of really neat decor touches in there. And the VIP booth and wall of shrunken skulls or shrunken heads, I love that.
Yeah.
And then there's another one toward the bathroom too, because they ran out of room. There's so many of them, and those are fun.
But they're all celebrities or luminaries from the Las Vegas and Southern California area predominantly.
The place is incredible. It really is, and I hope to get back again. But let's go. Let's talk about Frankie's.
So my last trip, which would have been 10 or 11 months ago, to Vegas, did manage to go to Frankie's. And my thing with Frankie's is I've gone there I've gone in there in the evening and on the weekends when it's busy,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get a seat, and it can get very, very smoky. Very, very.
Yeah.
And Frankie's, for one thing, it is the darkest bar you will likely ever go into. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you walk in and you got to stop for a few moments because you can't even see the bar to walk to it.
Yeah, and just like you said, it's a very smoky bar. The pro tip, go in the afternoon.
Yes.
Or
That's what I did last time.
Either the late morning or the early to mid-afternoon. Go during the hottest, sunniest part of the day and walk in and just kind of fall into it.
So I was there my last trip at Frankie's because I shy away from it, whereas Golden Tiki on a busy night with the band playing drew me. Frankie's, it kind of repels me because of the smokiness and the crowds and that feel. Mm-hmm. But I went on the Tuesday afternoon, and to your point, I was supposed to go to the Down Saloon afterwards, but I got so wasted, the drinks were so strong. I just had the Uber driver drop me off at Double Down to get Ray a mug here, and then I just hightailed it to In-N-Out near the UNLV campus because I was just too, and I only had 2 or 3 drinks. They were potent, but it felt like kind of a neighborhood bar. There was maybe a dozen people in and out when I was there and I stayed for a couple hours. Yep. I won a couple $100 on the poker machine. Oh, sweet! My only lucky streak on that trip to Vegas. Everything else I just lost.
Jason, you've been to Frankie's many times.
Yeah. I want to say the first time was probably, give or take, 2010, 2011. And I've been going to Vegas. I think my first real trip to Vegas was about 2004, and I tried to go at least once a year, sometimes gap a year. But yeah, I've been back to Vegas many times, and Frankie's was instrumental in me collecting tiki mugs.
Oh yeah,
because I just owned a couple of tiki mugs that I'd actually bought at a surf and skate shop in a mall in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I was living at the time. Mm-hmm. And then I'm out at Frankie's, and I see these just fantastic mugs.
And they are awesome.
And they're all produced by Tiki Farm exclusively for Frankie's.
That is one thing in Frankie's advantage, and what in fact, I should get it. I'm surprised I haven't gotten it. The one thing what I love about mugs is when they speak to an individual bar or the individual who owns them. Right, yeah. And so the Frankie slot machine, you can't have that except anywhere else but Vegas or maybe Atlantic City, right? I mean,
that might be the Thurston Howell.
Is that what it's called?
It's the Tiki Bandit.
That's what I thought it was called.
Bandit, yeah.
I remember seeing that.
And then they have the other one that's the like the one tiki that says you first enter the door. That's a large tiki mug with dice eyes.
Yeah. And so that kind of bespoke, that sort of customization for the bar that makes it unique. And so definitely, and I've seen the mugs that Golden has, and I don't know if they have many bespoke, their own custom mugs, do they?
When I've been there before, I've picked up mugs there, but they were always a Monk Tiki or a Tiki Farm mug that was, I'm not going to say generic, but not specific to them.
Yeah, and so I love the fact that Frankie's makes the Vegas-specific mugs.
And the fun thing is they give you a discount on the drink if you get a mug, and you can either get the mug that's meant for that drink, or you can get whatever drink you want in whatever mug and get a discount on the mug. So every time I've been to Frankie's, I've walked away with at least 1 or 2 mugs.
And their sister bar, the Down Saloon.
Right.
Yeah, the owner.
There's toilets, of course.
Yeah.
And
that's their mugs, yeah.
The owner of Frankie's Tiki Room is a guy named Pete Moss, and he is the owner of the Down Saloon, which is a is a punk rock bar that's been around since forever. And
it on the inside it looks like something that would be in the seedy history of Times Square.
It's more of a CBGB throwback.
Yeah,
it's the way I think of it.
Completely, yeah, actually. And I went to the Double Down Saloon for the first time last year, and it was like, oh my God, if I lived in Vegas in the 90s, this is the place that I would have been going to see shows at, because I was living in Pennsylvania, so all the shows I went and saw were down in Philadelphia or in New York City, and I'm like, oh my God, it felt like home to me in a weird way.
Yeah, I did manage to go there years back at a time when bands were playing that night. I remember that's the first place I ever saw the Franks and Deans, and it was fantastic.
I think when it comes down to Frankie's versus the Golden Tiki is it's kind of, well, again, I'm starting to talk about this more and more, like combining things together. And when you're talking about the Golden Tiki, just like would you say adult Disney?
Yes.
You're combining that element.
Or the whole Disney After Dark concept.
Yeah, that's the element that's at the Golden Tiki. With Frankie's, they're bringing in the punk rock element.
Yeah.
They're bringing, just like you said, CBGBs. That's for like comparing that to the Double Down. Well, imagine just having your tiki bar, but with just a little bit of a CBGB's attitude thrown into it. That's the Golden, that's Frankie's Tiki Room. You may have some random homeless guy walk in that might be a little rough around the edges and might have to get kicked out. That's going to happen at Frankie's. That's probably not going to happen at the Golden Tiki. It's completely two different experiences.
Yeah. I thought, though, I would have preferred Frankie's on paper. But maybe because I was just there on the right night and Heidi and I were just in that right mood, the Golden Tiki ticked more boxes for us.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if I went back another time and felt differently.
That's the thing. You're getting a different part of the Tiki experience from both, so there's no reason to go to one or the other. If you're in Vegas for 2 nights, 3 days, you got time to go to both.
Yeah, you got to make time to go to both. Like music, when I was at the Golden Tiki, the music was what you'd want: exotica, Hawaiian music, perfect. But since I am a punk rocker, you go to Frankie's, they'll play that.
Mm-hmm. But
they
surf rock, garage rock.
They have a great jukebox. We were playing songs in the jukebox when I was there, and they had a lot of the edgier surf music, along with punk music. They had a little bit of the more classic tiki songs in there, but it was a good mix of the jukebox. It was just all sorts of great stuff that I know you, Ray, and I like, kind of overlapping of our musical tastes. That was a lot of fun too.
I'm not going to ask you guys which bar do you like better. I don't want to do that with this discussion.
Why?
Because I love them both.
Okay.
I love them both, but I love them both for different reasons, for completely different reasons.
Like what Steven was saying before, I could go 2 different trips and have a better time at one or the other, but I'm still going to enjoy them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not going. And again, I mean, if there's any message that I want to relay with this episode, is just like, if you're watching this episode and you're deciding which one to go to, maybe from what we're describing with the 2 different bars, maybe you can make a decision on which one you think you might like better. And now there's a truth to that.
Although, again, you might be surprised.
You might be surprised. This is how I feel. Definitely with the Golden Tiki is a place where, like, say if you wanted to, like, impress someone, like someone who's not into Tiki, and you wanted to, like, show them, okay, here's a Tiki.
An introduction.
And take them and, like, to go to a place where, like, things are going on and there's the spectacle, take them to the Golden Tiki. But I honestly think, though, me personally, say if it was just us hanging out and we're like, oh, let's go hit a Tiki bar, I think I'd probably just want to, like, go to Frankie's and be in that booth that's over in the end and just sit there and get drunk, listening to the Cramps.
Oh yeah, that you could hunker down at Frankie's all day long and it would feel just right, just right. Whereas things when I've been to the Golden Tiki have been a bit more active, and also I think the Golden Tiki is going to get more pretty people that are looking to take photos with great backgrounds, because they've engineered that place to have some amazing photo opportunities.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Whereas Frankie's,
you ain't taking any pictures.
Frankie's, you're getting some scowls if you use a flash, and if you don't use a flash, you're not even going to show up in a lot of photos.
That's true.
If I lived in Las Vegas, I would be completely content and happy with both the bars that they have there, with Frankie's and the Golden Tiki. I really do love them both. And again, if you're, to the people watching this video out there, I am curious to know which one do you prefer? Which one do you like better? Do you like Frankie's or do you like the Golden Tiki?
And why?
And why? And put it in the comment section below. Guys, thank you for having this little chat. We're not solving the world's problems here, but
no, but we got to plan a trip where we all get to Vegas together with a few other people.
Yeah, we got to do that.
The whole point if you go on a trip like that is explore. Don't limit yourself to one place. There's lots to see, lots to do.
Yeah.
Unless you get drunk off your butt like I did, and then your whole afternoon just went out the window.